been a massive week in basketball. Here we are again for the basketball show. NBL, NBA, WNBL, it's all happening. The Sydney Kings found their swagger. Casper Ware rediscovered his moves like Jagger, and Cam Glidden hit a massive dagger. It's all going on here on the basketball show. Thank you to our friends at Unibet, coming at you right here from the throwbackstore.com.au. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter and YouTube. I'm Nathan Strempel, and it's great to be back, joined by four-time Olympian Shane the Hammer Heel.
Mate, great that you are back. We sent out the search party, mate. We looked for an hour for you last week, couldn't find you, and apparently CCTV shows up that you were in that corner sucking your thumb with Jimmy Butler's jerseys, mate.
No,
that's
mate,
where you were scared of the poke.
No, you look on the box score, it says coach's decision, strategically rested. I was just home doing cheek exercises. I'm ready for my poke. My cheek trusted Melbourne United. It took double overtime for Perth to take him down, but go.
Dunny, no, mate, just wait. I'm going to have you a little bit more of a sweat on that brow. It'll come in the another segment.
No.
Just hang tight.
No sweat, but it is very good to be back. It's always, a bit of an honour to be replaced and subbed out and replaced by Mr. Magic Steve Carfino. Thanks, Steve, for jumping in for a week. But moving into the show, we always start with, and I'm looking at your bag, it is time for Under the Hammer.
Well, we've got to go with the low-hanging fruit. Lamar Patterson, are you kidding? Who thinks that you can just bring a dog from America, hey, hands off my puppy, all the way to Australia? Don't worry about quarantine. Don't worry about getting, any paperwork done. Don't let the Bullets know or your agent know. I'm just going to bring my dog. And I've decided to bring Larry tonight. So I've got Larry. But I want to know when he's on the plane, like, where does the dog go to the bathroom? How does it go to the toilet for 14 hours? Surely it's got to relieve itself.
Well, my concern is more so, who's actually just tapping you on the shoulder at some point during those 14 hours and going, Sir, Mr. Patterson, you actually can't bring that into Australia.
Maybe when he
Surely
said,
someone lets him
can
know.
I get another meal, and they're watching him actually feed his dog, might have been, he might have tweaked to that. But anyway, it didn't happen. And speaking of meals, I reckon he's had a few meals. He's been in my paddock. He's not in shape, Lamar Patterson. Not a lot of definition at the moment, but I liked what I saw. It was actually a decent game for someone who went 1 for 4. I think he's going to be okay for him, but it's going to take a little while for him to get in good nick.
Well, the Bullets find a bit of rhythm. Lamar a chance to get in shape. We know Kobe is safe now and getting looked after, and hopefully he's back soon. Lamar coming in with some NBA pedigree, but welcome to the NBL and welcome to the basketball show, because Lamar Patterson, when you finish with Larry Bird, you've been hammered. Moving in now to the stroke of the week. It's always nice to see great performances week in, week out. And who is it this week, Hammer, that you are stroking?
Stroke of the week. You got to love it. Cam Glidden. How good was that?
Literally the stroke.
It was unbelievable. 30 points, Cam Glidden. 10 from 16 from the field. But even better than that, 6 from 12 from the land of plenty, including that one from the corner. And we spoke about it before the show. We spoke about it during the telecast. But that play, 3 seconds to go or something, he threw it in. Everyone thought he was going for the dribble handoff. They jumped in front of him. He took a step back to that corner, got his footwork right, which is what we're all about here, the basketball show. And
Didn't step out of bounds.
Just knocked it down. He looks so sweet and composed. His floor game has been great this year with his assist-to-turnover ratio too. Oh,
well, not only made a great read on that play, he's just been lighting it up week in, week out. So 2 big games against Adelaide, but you jump back a week earlier, 6 threes in the first half against Illawarra, 8 threes for the game, which is a career high in three-pointers for him that night. So he is absolutely shooting the lights out this season.
Well, but he's always shown that sort of capability as well, but hasn't done it consistently, and whether that's the system in Cairns or whether that's his mentality, because I believe in Cairns they kept trying to get him going as well and try and back him to be able to play his game, and just looking like he's starting to get that confidence, and I hope he goes on with it, that he doesn't then throw a 6 or an 8 point game in there, because I think the Bullets need it too, and when he stands up like that, there's certainly a chance to be able to push for that top 4.
Well, if you don't mind, coming off back surgery in the off-season, nonetheless, Cam Glidden absolutely rolling. And this week, Cam Glidden, you and the Brisbane Bullets have been stroked. Massive games coming up this week. It's time for the Unibet game previews. We'll start with NBL. I know that I've got a poke coming at some point, but let's get into your tips for this week before my cheeks copper pounding. Thursday night, Illawarra at home to Melbourne.
Well, I know Illawarra took Melbourne to 4 overtimes only a few weeks ago, but there is no way you could pick the Illawarra Hawks to beat Melbourne United. They are playing with no energy. They're playing with no passion and no sort of desire at the moment. All that Rob Beveridge talked about with these guys with a chip on their shoulder, I don't know where it is, but it's not on the court. I'm going Melbourne. I'll go 1-10 because I think they'll at least compete at the end.
This is the Hawks that took down Brisbane at home, but no passion there. Friday night, we go New Zealand at home to Cairns. 4-game losing streak for Cairns, desperate for a win.
The same Illawarra that was down 22 last week in the first half to Sydney. New Zealand at home, I think that they're just starting to feel their way a little bit. I think they'll be too good for Cairns, who are struggling a bit at the moment. So this is a game that New Zealand have to win, and I'm going to go 11+, even though I'm starting to fall in love with Trimble.
Trimble can definitely get going. He's been red hot. Perth at home to Brisbane. Brisbane red hot. Now they face the Red Army.
No, I think Perth will be too strong. Not sure how long Damien Martin's got out. Obviously, that's a big miss for them. Brisbane will compete. I don't think this will be one-sided. I think Perth will be too strong and win 1-10. So hopefully we can make you some money this week.
We move now over to Adelaide. Adelaide on a 3-game losing streak. Sydney on a 3-game winning streak, but they're in Adelaide. Last time they lost to Adelaide when they had them at home. What does it look like this time?
Well, they're not playing great basketball at the moment, the Adelaide 36ers. Really missing Ramon Moore. Probably don't have the depth to cover him. Question marks about Adrice De Leon at the moment. I think Sydney are going to go back there for a little bit of redemption. I think they're going to take care of the Adelaide 36ers. I still think the 36ers are going to come good and make the Final Four, but Sydney will be too good here. I'm going to go 1-10.
Sydney to make it 4 in a row. Now we move to a triple header on Sunday. Melbourne at home, Cairns coming to town.
Well, Melbourne have played a lot of games at the moment, travelling a bit, but I like that. As a player, you want to get into rhythm. You want to play. You don't want to train. You don't want to. You remember Allen Iverson? Practice. You don't want to practice. You want to play. So they'll be getting their rhythm and starting to feel good about themselves. And I think Melbourne are going to win 11+. They're going to take care of it. Hopefully another shootout between Casper Ware and Mallow Trimble.
It'll be great to watch. No talk of a schedule loss there from Shane the Hammer Hill. We move on Sunday, the second of the triple header. Illawarra at home again, this time Perth coming to town.
Well, I can't give them any luck for Thursday night. I don't think they'll have any luck on Sunday against the Perth Wildcats just because I don't like their lineup. So I think Perth will be too strong. They'll come over with that mindset like they do. They're like a machine, the Perth Wildcats. And I think they'll win 1-10. I don't think it'll be a blowout, but I think it'll be 1-10. And Illawarra need to get some fans down there to be able to support their players too.
Be a big showdown, Illawarra on Sunday. The last game for the NBL round, Sunday evening, Brisbane at home to New Zealand.
Well, that big win for Brisbane against Adelaide's given me the confidence that they might not win in Perth, but I think they will win at home against the New Zealand Breakers. And I think Lamar Patterson is just going to slowly be able to get himself good because he looks like he's got a bit of class to me. Just the way he moves, the way he passes, the way he shoots. And I'm going to go for the Bullets 1-10 against the Kiwis.
I am racking my brains because I need a challenge at some point. I'm going to cop a poke as well, and I don't want another one. WNBL game of the week. Perth Lynx, they've just won 4 games in 9 days in 4 different cities. They come to home, University of Canberra Capitals come to town. Perth 5-1 for the season, Canberra 4-1. Your daughter playing, so obviously you can't tip, but how do you see it playing out?
Well, she's not actually playing. She'll be back in a few weeks, hopefully, but Canberra, a really talented team. Perth, obviously on fire as well. Saw them play against Sydney, absolutely gave them a flogging. By about 16 or 18 in the last quarter, I think. So 2 talented teams, and I certainly look forward to that one.
Toss the coin. I think maybe the Caps just get over the line because I can tip it, but could go either way. I'd love the Perth Lynx to prove me wrong. Checking out some NBA games now. 3 that we want to keep an eye on this week. Milwaukee coming to town against the Golden State Warriors.
Milwaukee have been fantastic. I love the way they're playing under Coach Bud and the Greek Freak, just unbelievable. Everyone else playing their roles, but taking on Golden State, you've got to be crazy if you're going to tip them to be able to lose a game. They're probably only going to lose a handful all year. The way they've been shooting the ball, Golden State, with Steph and KD, and throw a little bit of Clay sometimes where he just goes and drops 50 when he feels like it. And hopefully DeMarcus Cousins comes back at some stage soon too, just to be able to add a little bit more quality and depth to that lineup will scare everybody.
You've got to love the team culture too, with Steph being the biggest celebrator when Clay breaks his 3-point record. But, you know, the Greek Freak also just doing his countrymen a favour, putting him a nice little screensaver there just recently, a nice highlight for there.
I'm going to go the Warriors 1-10. I don't think they're going to blow them out. I think Milwaukee will find a way to be able to stay in it.
The Bucks, our boys, Thonmaker, Delhi in there, being a part of the action. Move on now to Boston at Utah. Some of the countrymen going head-to-head. Aaron Baines against Joe Ingles and Dante Exum, that one game on Saturday.
Well, we love Utah. We love Joey, okay? The friend of the show, no doubt about that. But they're struggling. They had a really big road swing. They'll be happy to be home. They needed to be able to get home and try and get a little bit of confidence back at home. But this isn't the team you want to play when you're trying to get confidence. They're long, they're athletic, they're methodical the way the Boston Celtics play. I'm going to go the Celtics 1-10 in this one.
Final NBA game we're going to have a look at is the Philadelphia 76ers. Ben Simmons in there. They're struggling to find their rhythm. They go to Memphis on Sunday.
Well, Philly are struggling with some of their lineups and a lot of suggestions going on about what they should do, particularly surrounding Fultz, who isn't playing his best, hasn't played his best basketball in the NBA. This is not a good matchup for them because Memphis want to slow the ball down a little bit more. And again, they play a methodical game. And it's not the style that I think that Philly will sort of be in love with. I think they want to get out and run and play that sort of basketball. I'm going to go Memphis to win that one 1-10.
Be interesting to watch how they fit to Fultz, to Simmons, to Embiid. Can they play together? That's one to watch on Sunday. It's now my time where I need to challenge one of your tips, and I can't challenge the WNBL one because your daughter's playing. You can't tip, and I get it. It's fair. Yeah. I don't think there's a clear-cut NBL challenge.
Come on, mate, get off the fence.
I'm going to go for a schedule loss. Melbourne United, no Golding. They play tonight. We're shooting on a Monday. They play the Sydney Kings tonight, and they've got to travel to Illawarra.
Oh,
they're going to back the Hawks.
An hour flight, and then play 4 days later.
I'm going to challenge. I'm going to go the Illawarra Hawks after the thriller in the Illa first time to come back and get it done against the champs, Melbourne United.
I wish I had thought of that because they're going to be so tired in 4 days.
And just a moment, because I think I'm about to get poked, so I just get ready. Melbourne couldn't get it done for me, so I've gone against them. Sweet, I'm just ready.
I like it. Hold on.
Go, just ready for the poke.
Oh, mate, I'm going to move this because I want to have a good crack at this.
Sorry, is there a bit of elastic in your way?
Oh, just a little one.
That's good.
There'll be plenty of those coming up this year.
Mask ready to go. That's one poke, and I'm trusting the Illawarra Hawks. Just that chip on the shoulder to go a little bit bigger. So those round previews brought to you by friends at Unibet. The shot clock's now on. It's time for the starting five. The hot five questions coming your way. Hammer, the clock is counting. First question. The youngest ever NBA MVP at 22 years old in 2011. Did you ever think you'd see Derrick Rose drop 50 points again?
Hell no, I didn't. I wasn't sure that he'd drop 10 points again. I mean, he looked a skeleton of himself after all those injuries. But he looks like he's lost a bit of weight, looks a bit fitter, and the emotion that he showed after dropping 50 was unbelievable. And I'm not necessarily his biggest fan, but I sat back and I just loved him getting that sort of achievement and the crowd and his teammates jumping on board. Well done.
Emotion, him and everyone showed. I like true point guard, just watching the clock, knowing where your shot clock's at. Question 2 in the starting five coming through the NBL imports. Statistically, the weaker imports so far, we're looking at Idris DeLeon, Cedric Jackson, Devon Hall, David Ware and Stephen Holt. Anyone in danger?
Well, I think probably most of them are in some sort of danger, but stats aren't everything, as we know. But what is important is what they can do to help their team win games. So I think Cedric Jackson, he's certainly got to get a rocket under him. He needs to bring it. I'm just not seeing his passion at the moment. DeLeon, we know he can be up and down, but he's been down for too long at the moment, and the Adelaide 36ers need more.
Well, last time he was up was against Sydney, so watch for that this week. Talking about the Adelaide 36ers needing more, they've lost 3 in a row. Are they in trouble?
Well, I don't think they are, but they'll be concerned of the lack of people being able to stand up without Ramon Moore. We know Ramon Moore's a great role player. He plays defence, he gets assists, hits shots, put points on the board as well. They just haven't been able to get it done and haven't looked the same. So I think they'll still make the 4, but they really need to be able to pull their finger out very shortly. Otherwise, they're going to find themselves in that bottom 3 and it'll be tough.
Someone who is tough to cover is a man that absolutely ripped the Illawarra Hawks apart, Andrew Bogut, filled up the stat sheet. Have we ever seen a better centre playing here in the NBL?
Hell no. I mean, he is the #1 draft pick in the NBA for a reason. He is a superstar. I know a lot of people probably doubted what sort of influence he could have on the league, but he was incredible. He just showed it against the Illawarra Hawks. 21 points, 15 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 blocks. The way he did it, he intimidated everybody from coming in the key. Rob Beveridge talks about his team wanting to attack off the dribble. They didn't want a part of it because it was going to get thrown back out, and the Kings ran on the misses.
And there you are, representing the singlet. If you're a Sydney fan, get out and just enjoy the joy to watch that is Andrew Bogut still getting it done. Final of the starting 5. What a delight the point guard battle was. Casper Ware versus Mello Trimble. What did you make of it?
Well, I said Mello Trimble may not beat his initial high score of 32 points. Well, he did that, 34 points. And what I loved about the way he played is he took his time early. He was just distributing the ball. When it was his time to score, he put his foot down, he scored from inside and out. And what can you say about Casper Ware? 8 threes. And just found his shooting stroke because it had been missing for a little while, but stepped up with his backcourt partner, Chris Golding, out of the lineup.
Just nailing it on the buzzer every time. Shane Hill, well done. That is the starting 5 for this week. One of our more popular segments is Crunch Time, and the curiosity is who you're always going to get.
Well, I get around the place a little bit and come up with some of these legends, and this week we've got one of the true personalities of the NBL. He was an unbelievable player, and I love him. Lanard Copeland is our man.
Great player, maybe even a better talker. Here he is on Crunch Time.
All right, well, if you're going to do a Crunch Time section of the show, you're going to have to come after the man himself, Sammy Davis Jr., Lanard Copeland.
What took so long? What took so long? I should have been the first one.
Yeah.
I should have been the first one.
You should have. But there's, mate, a lot of people have been requesting you, so don't let anyone down, no pressure, all right? Okay. So we're going to start the clock now. Fold or scrunch?
Fold.
When you played in the NBA as a rookie, who was the best tipper of your veterans?
Charles Barkley.
Stop the clock. What sort of tips would he give you? How much?
He always had a lot of hundreds in his hand, and whatever was left over was mine. And I was the man. Whatever he wanted, I went and got it. I kept the change on. All right.
That's great. All right, we'll start it again. Did you ever think to pack your dog when you were coming to Australia on the plane?
Never my dog. What's wrong with these guys today, man? What's wrong with these guys?
Is that like, oh, mate, I couldn't understand it. What is he thinking?
Well,
Seriously?
Obviously, he's not thinking. He's not thinking at all.
Don't have Google and just Google it. Can I take my dog on the plane to Australia? No.
Can I take my dog anywhere? No. Leave the dog. Bring your game.
How many points would you average in today's game?
50.
50. No, how many really? You wouldn't average 50. 40-minute game. What would you average?
30.
Yeah, I say 32. Favorite movie and why?
American Gangster, because it reminds me of my old neighborhood.
Who would you rather party with, Snoop Dogg or Kanye West? Did I say right? Kanye. Yeah.
Kanye West.
That was my kids. That was my kids' question.
Sorry.
So, all right, that's all right.
Me? Come on, man.
I knew you'd say Snoop. Who wins a swimming race, you or Homicide?
I'm sorry, I can't swim.
Neither can he.
I can swim.
Can you?
Yes, of course.
Dog paddle?
No, man, I can swim.
Okay. Pineapple on a pizza?
No way. That crap. That's
really?
Andrew Gaze's jump. No.
Hey,
no pineapple.
You are so un-Australian. We revoke your citizenship.
So un-Australian. Right.
Favorite teammate ever?
Warwick Giddy, because he loved to pass the ball.
And set a screen. King was. That's right. God love him. What's the most useless talent that you have?
Most useless? Not a lot. Playing golf, I guess.
Okay. And last one, 3-point shootout, you or Drewy?
Well, last year I whooped Drewy, and I'm sure he's going to say something different. I'm a better shooter. He got more shots because his father was a coach and he played for 48 minutes.
That's why we've got Lanard Copeland on the show. Thanks, mate.
Thank you, brother. Enjoy it.
Good on you.
Thank you, bro.
The videos keep rolling in for Hammer's highlight. You can contact us via Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, or check out the website, thebasketballshow.com.au. Go to contact us. And who have you got this week, Hammer?
Well, we're actually getting associations send in a few highlights, and this week it's from Warrnambool. So we encourage everyone across the country to be able to send their highlights in, and have a look at this one.
Great basketball community at Warrnambool. The Seaside Tournament in January always brings the talent down. Copeland actually just turns it up there a few times.
I played there.
There you
Back
go.
in the day, I was there.
Country Victoria, proud Hoopers. Thanks to the friends at Warrnambool. Keep sending it in. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, or check us out at thebasketballshow.com.au for Hammer's highlight. That's all we've got time for this week on The Basketball Show. Big week in hoops, Hammer. Lots going on.
There were so many great games last week, so it's just whet our appetite for the upcoming round. And I tell you, a few teams getting a little bit tight and others playing with a lot of confidence. As you can tell, I'm a bit excited.
Thank you to our friends at Unibet. Thank you to throwbackstore.com.au, and thank you to our friends still to come. Plenty of ways to find us. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube. We appreciate your likes and your shares. Check us out. And that's all we've got time for this week on The Basketball Show. I'm Nathan Strempel, joined by Shane the Hammer Hill. Enjoy your week in hoops.